Men over 60, there's a habit you may be doing every single day, without even thinking about it, and it could be silently damaging your prostate right now. This isn't something you'll hear in every doctor's office, but as a prostate specialist, I've seen firsthand how this one habit can lead to swelling, pain, and even life-altering complications. In this video, I'll reveal what this habit is, why it's dangerous, and 2 other hidden habits you must avoid, plus what you can do today to protect your prostate. And here's the part most men overlook: while one of these habits is something you can fix in minutes, the third one is hiding in plain sight in your kitchen, and it's far more dangerous than you think. Keep watching, because you'll want to know what it is before your next meal. Habit 1: Prolonged sitting. The silent destroyer of your prostate. You wake up, sit for breakfast, sit in traffic, sit at the desk, and sit again at home. Hours pass, and your body stays still. Your prostate is paying the price. Prolonged sitting compresses the pelvic floor, where your prostate sits, cutting off critical blood flow. This lack of circulation deprives the gland of oxygen and nutrients, slowing cellular repair and allowing inflammation to build. Over time, these changes weaken tissue resilience and set the stage for disease. When inflammation becomes chronic, the prostate swells. This swelling narrows the urethra and disrupts normal urinary flow. Men experience frequent urination, weak stream, incomplete emptying, and nighttime trips to the bathroom. The pressure and irritation also heighten sensitivity in the pelvic area, leading to discomfort that worsens with time. The effects go beyond urinary symptoms. Reduced circulation alters hormone balance, lowering protective testosterone levels and increasing estrogen dominance. This hormonal shift promotes abnormal cell growth, increasing the risk of both benign prostatic hyperplasia (BPH) and prostate cancer. A 2023 study from the University of California, San Francisco, confirmed these findings, showing that men who sat for more than 8 hours daily had a 41% higher risk of severe prostate inflammation and BPH compared to men who incorporated regular movement. This data proves inactivity is not harmless; it is a direct contributor to prostate disease progression. The solution is simple but powerful. Break up long periods of sitting, with short walks, stretches, or standing tasks every 30 to 45 minutes. Incorporate moderate exercise, such as brisk walking, cycling, or swimming, at least 30 minutes a day. These adjustments improve pelvic circulation, lower inflammation, and restore hormonal balance. 3 essential factors that protect prostate health. If you're finding this information valuable, stay with me, because the next habits I'll share are even more surprising and just as dangerous. Breaking this habit also brings extra benefits. First, it reduces inflammation, lowering risks for both prostate disease and cardiovascular issues. Second, improved circulation boosts testosterone and sexual health. Even if you have spent years in a sedentary routine, changing this habit today can significantly reduce risk and improve prostate function. And this is only the beginning, because the next habit is something men do every day without realizing it's quietly straining the bladder and placing even more pressure on the prostate. You'll want to hear this. Habit 2: Frequently holding in urine. The hidden strain on your prostate. Do you delay urination because you are busy driving, or simply ignoring the urge? This simple act places hidden strain on your prostate. Every time you hold urine for too long, the bladder stretches beyond its normal capacity. This overstretching forces the bladder muscles to work harder and puts direct pressure on the prostate and urethra. With repeated strain, the bladder loses elasticity, and the prostate becomes irritated. This irritation can trigger inflammation, swelling, and increased sensitivity in prostate tissue. Over time, these changes disrupt normal urinary flow, leading to weak stream, urgency, incomplete emptying, and frequent nighttime urination. The risk does not end there. Stagnant urine left in the bladder creates the perfect environment for bacterial growth. These infections travel easily to the prostate, causing prostatitis, an often painful condition that can become chronic if not addressed. Persistent inflammation from these infections is also known to worsen benign prostatic hyperplasia (BPH). Urological research confirms this link. A 2022 study from King's College Hospital in London found that men who frequently retained urine for extended periods had a 35% higher risk of developing prostatitis and significantly worse BPH symptoms compared to those who urinated regularly. Holding urine is not harmless; it is a silent stressor that accelerates prostate dysfunction. Breaking the habit of holding urine offers several immediate and long-term benefits. First, it lowers the risk of bladder infections that can spread to the prostate and cause chronic inflammation. Second, it preserves bladder strength, preventing overdistension and maintaining healthy urinary control. Third, it reduces pelvic discomfort and pressure, improving overall comfort during daily activities. Fourth and fifth, this simple change supports better prostate function and lowers the likelihood of severe BPH symptoms as men age. The solution is straightforward. Empty your bladder as soon as the urge arises rather than delaying. Avoid training your bladder to hold more than it should. This simple adjustment reduces infection risk, eases pressure on the prostate, and preserves normal urinary function. And here's where it gets even more concerning. The third habit doesn't involve what you do with your body, but what you put into it. It's found in many kitchens, and it's fueling inflammation from the inside out. You cannot afford to miss this. Subscribe now and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next critical step to protecting your prostate. Habit 3. High consumption of processed meats and dairy. Fueling inflammation from within. Think bacon, sausages, heavy cream, and cheese. These foods may taste good, but for your prostate, they act like fuel on a fire. Processed meats and high-fat dairy are loaded with saturated fats and hormone-like compounds that disrupt normal cell growth and trigger inflammation deep in prostate tissue. This internal inflammation is silent but persistent, gradually altering the prostate's environment and making it more vulnerable to disease. Over time, these dietary choices accelerate the growth of abnormal cells and increase oxidative stress. This combination raises the likelihood of benign prostatic hyperplasia (BPH) and heightens the risk of aggressive prostate cancer. The damage doesn't stop there. Inflammation driven by these foods also interferes with the body's natural repair mechanisms, making existing prostate issues worse. Scientific evidence strongly supports this connection. A 2021 study from the Harvard School of Public Health found that men consuming high levels of processed meats had a 30% greater risk of developing aggressive prostate cancer, while high intake of full-fat dairy was linked to increased cancer progression and more severe urinary symptoms. These findings highlight how dietary habits can either protect or harm prostate health. Reducing these foods delivers powerful benefits. First, it lowers inflammatory markers throughout the body, easing stress on the prostate. Second, it improves cellular health, slowing down abnormal growth that leads to cancer. Third, cutting back supports healthier hormone levels, maintaining a better balance between testosterone and estrogen. Fourth and fifth, choosing anti-inflammatory alternatives like fish, nuts, and plant-based proteins not only protects the prostate but also improves cardiovascular health and overall vitality. By understanding how these foods silently attack your prostate, you can take control of what you eat and drastically reduce your risk. Small changes, such as replacing processed meats with lean protein and choosing low-fat or plant-based dairy, can create a protective shield around your prostate and promote long-term health. Now that you know the 3 damaging habits, prolonged sitting, holding urine, and high consumption of processed meats and dairy, you can clearly see how daily actions either harm or protect this vital gland. Let's bring it all together with a quick summary of what you must avoid to keep your prostate healthy. Sitting cuts blood flow, holding urine strains the bladder, and unhealthy foods fuel inflammation and cancer risk. The fix is simple: move often, empty your bladder when needed, and choose anti-inflammatory foods like fish, nuts, and vegetables. Protect your prostate and stay ahead of problems. Subscribe now for more health-saving tips.